Hi, this is my review of Loom, Portent of the Vale. This is going to be one of my most challenging reviews, because this solo role-playing game is a work of art. It is incredible in every regard, in every aspect. This could be considered the Dark Souls of tabletop RPGs in every sense, or even Demon Souls. It is Souls-like, but especially when it comes to the theme. So beautiful, I can't wait to tell you all about it. First, let's talk about the quality of the PDF, or the PDFs rather, because when you purchase Loom, you obtain several files. And you also obtain a file combining all of them in a single file. Everything is well written, organized, and explained. I think there is only a single typo that I spotted in one of the sheets concerning the... I think it was one of the cheat sheets or the word input tables. But everything is so beautiful, exquisite, dark, in a way terrifying. This is a dark fantasy solo role-playing game. The art style has these tones of green, gray, and black. Everything is bleak, moody, gritty. There is despair. There is a sense of melancholy. It is actually recommended in the instructions that you should play this game with dim lights and soft piano keys. I'm going to put a couple of recommendations in the description of this video that I have used to play this solo RPG. It's enchanting. It is an experience unlike any other because Loom is also a tribute to old adventure PC games. You know, the typical retro video games where you input words and see if there is some sort of effect. It is similar to that. It is a surreal experience. You are playing a tabletop role-playing game, but there are many nods and references to those old games. So the art, the organization, the layout, the graphic design, it all works perfect. And when it comes to the wording, the descriptions, the way that the game communicates the information to you, it is poetry, pure, absolute poetry. Perhaps some of you will remember a video that I made about pulling the player into the experience by using you. You see this, you smell at key moments, at precise moments. There are those moments here. Sometimes there is this description of the environment, of its bleakness, its sadness, its tragedies. And then you are brusquely, abruptly reminded that you are there in the world, and that you are not exactly in the good graces of the world itself. So the quality, despite that minor typo that I found, perfect, beautiful, a work of art. Now let's talk about how you play this game, the contents. The instructions, although well organized, may seem overwhelming at first, but once you get the hang of it, this flows like a beautiful river, making its way through a dark forest. The character sheet itself serves as a map. Everything that you need to keep track of can be found in the character sheet and in 3 or 4 other sheets. The book actually gives you the perfect layout to play this solo RPG. They even give you advice and tips on what pages you need to print, although I highly recommend printing the word input tables as well. The instructions mix very well with the flow of the game, with the prompts at the start. You start reading about how to play, the iconography, the character sheet, etc. And then you can start reading through the adventure because there is a lot of replayability in this solo RPG. You are going to be choosing the direction that you are going to take in the map, but you will also need to determine what actions you need to do to interact with the different elements of a section of the map. I'm going to be avoiding spoilers, but suffice to say, you draw a card. And that card, you need a deck of playing cards to play this solo RPG, and 3 6-sided dice. But the card itself reveals everything about the scene, the encounter. And then you decide what input words you're going to apply to the elements of that encounter, taking into account priorities. For example, if there is an enemy attacking a bystander, and there is also a building and some other object, you obviously want to focus on the enemy first. You cannot help the non-player character being attacked because obviously this other hostile character could take an action against you. So you make your rolls applying the necessary modifiers or penalties, and you start to unravel the mysteries of this world, the world of Loom. There is actually a setting book, and I will review that in a few weeks. As you make your way through the map, you may end up killed. There are various good endings and bad endings, and you need to experience this game several times in order to decipher or understand all of the mysteries contained here. Just like in Demon Souls, Dark Souls, etc. There are many gaps between the story elements, and as you experience the game, you will start to fill in those gaps, make sense of things. Perhaps you will come up with your own interpretations. That's why the Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, etc. series of games are so popular, because it is between those gaps, the silence between the notes, where the true beauty lies. As you move through the map, you will start to feel tired. This is represented by a single d6 or 6-sided die that you move, and every time that you move, the value of the die goes down. So if you had 6, now it's 5. If you have 5, now it's 4. And when you reach 1, there is a campsite event. Like I said, I am going to be avoiding spoilers. There are many surprises here. I also like it that the character creation process is part of the beginning of the adventure. Your choices, your weapons, the deity that you follow. It is all handled through the scenario. And remember, this single scenario has many branches. It will never be the same experience. There are so many random elements that work perfectly with anything that has happened before, and those things that are about to happen. So what do I think about Loom, Portent of the Vale? I have reviewed many solo RPGs in this channel, but this is without a doubt, without a question, the most beautiful one. The illustrations, the pixel art, the gameplay, the way everything flows, the mechanics, the possibilities, the constant melancholy communicated through it all, especially if you choose good music and you have dim lighting. It touches a chord within you. I cannot recommend this solo RPG enough. You must get Loom, Portent of the Vale immediately. Get it right now. And the sessions can be quite long, but it's very easy for you to record your progress. For example, the d6 that you are moving through the map, you can pretty much just note down the number and your position in the map, and keep the cards that you have already drawn separate from the deck. My highest recommendation. I cannot help but bow before the artistry, the mastery expressed through this solo RPG. So much passion and love went into this solo RPG. If you consider yourself a role player, even if you don't play solo RPGs, get this one. Especially if you have enjoyed those old computer games. This is a surreal experience unlike any other. Thank you for watching this review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.